Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of the Red Devils Corner Kick podcast, a fan podcast dedicated to Manchester United Football Club. I hope everyone enjoyed the remainder of their weekend, is enjoying the start of the week. It is going to be Wednesday, so we are flying by. It is international break as well, so no Premier League games. We have qualifiers going on. We have Manchester United players out on international duty. Some will be remaining here while resting, getting themselves ready. I know a lot of updates have been coming on with that because we've had players not too happy with Manchester United at the moment. But as always, like, subscribe, follow, whether it's on YouTube, Apple Podcast, or Spotify, and as well as Instagram, TikTok, and X as well. But it is a new week. It is a break, to say the least, as we are about 10 days or so, 11 days, you could say. You can say like 12 days, 12 days or so from until we play Liverpool. Which we're all looking forward to that match as well. Obviously, with a win against Sunderland, it was great. Obviously, there have been comments made from the weekend as well. And I know Ruben Amorim has made some comments about the pundits, the comments involving his players. Listen, at the end of the day, I think it's getting a little blown out of proportion about what he had said. And Gary Neville making his comments about that as well. What I will say about this is the era from what Gary Neville played to the era that's like now, it's a little bit different. Even Sir Alex tried to do his best to protect his players from the media. Ruben tries to do it as well, but with the access, because again, TV, newspapers, you can turn them off, you can hide it, you can turn off a radio. Social media, it's everywhere. You have friends that will send you something. There's always going to be something there, whether it's on X, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. There's always going to be something there that's going to mention the club, the players, the performance, everything. And it's the truth. And everyone has access to it. It's the growth from the era of Sir Alex on the Premier, like the era from the 92 the class of 92 to what's going on now. Again, it's different. It's a lot more access to information as well. A lot more people taking photos. There's a lot of things that are different now than it was back then. And Gary Neville's not wrong about what he said. Ruben Amorim's not wrong about what he said. But at the same time, too, either one of them is also wrong with the way it is, too. So it's a matter of perspective how you look at it, too. But yes, with that going on, since then, we've had some news about players wanting to leave. Come January, we've had a couple players. Harry Maguire, there's news out of him potentially leaving next summer, which we kind of speculated. Especially with his contract being done, and if we were to stay at United, he would have to pay a pay cut. So you'll see that go lower. Manu and Xerxes have come up and discussed how they are looking to leave. Potentially, Napoli's in the mix. Xerxes looking to leave because of his playing time, and he's barely played for himself. Manu does get minutes, but it's not as many minutes as he wants. So we're seeing players like that looking to go. And like I've mentioned it on episodes before, the one thing is with less games, you have too many mouths to feed. There's positive and negatives of playing less games. One positive is you have depth. You have healthy players that can fill in and do rotation. Negative, there's too many mouths to feed. And it's the truth. Like the rotation of the front three, like Mount, Cunha, and Buemo, plus Sesko, you have 4 players there that are in the rotational need for the front. And then you want Xerxes to be a part of that. So he's the fifth wheel in that instance. And then Bruno's in the mid, so you have Manu competing with him. And Ruben has made his information known. And if he goes off to another team, he won't be playing the same type of mid that Ruben needs as well. So, and then Xerxes, who hasn't been getting much minutes, he, like I mentioned, Ahmad, I guess he's getting his minutes as a wing back. But you have the rotation of Ahmad, Dorgu, and Delo as your wing backs. Mazraoui, he's injured. He'll be coming back. He'll be competing in rotation. Licha should be coming back soon. He will be put in the rotation, which means Maguire, Shaw will all be struggling as well. Who else has been brought back? Tyrell Malacio has been brought back to the first team, so you're seeing that there with rotation. You have players that rotate, like Cheeto Obi's got nothing, but as well, Diego Leon has been with the under-21s. Fredrickson, Aiden Heaven haven't got much game time. I believe only Grimsby they've played. So there are a lot of mouths to feed, and yeah, people are complaining they're not happy. You know what would have made us happy if you wanted game time is maybe you should have played better last season. Also, maybe you should have shown up when we needed you for the finals against Tottenham. Maybe that was there. Maybe, that helps you too when you have European football. But yeah, it's a tough road right now, what's going on with the players. And you know what? It's like Ruben's in a tough spot. We don't have many injuries, but when we do have an injury, we have a lot of pieces there to fill in. Like, it was great that Delo came back, but he filled in when Mazraoui and Ahmad were there. He ended up starting this week. It's just, yeah. And when we have a matchup like Liverpool coming up, that's a little... You want to make sure you have all hands on deck. And listen, when January comes around, what do you want from the players? Like, Manu's in the spot again. Ruben's told him what he needs. Like, and he's got to beat out Bruno. Like, that's safe to say. Bruno has to be beaten out. And listen, for all we know, when Liverpool comes, Manu may start. He could. Mazraoui will be returning back, and which means there's going to be a tough choice for Ruben to try and get the best 11. Right now, we don't know what the best 11 is. As much as we just got to win out of Sunderland, with the depth pieces that we have here, it's tough. It is. Like, for him to try and get it right, and he's going to try and... the problem is he has to try and get it right every week. And when you have these pieces here, substitutions can be a challenge as well. Like, trying to bring on the right player for the right time. And the games matter too, so that's... Yeah. But no, it is tough. It's probably not just going to stop at Manu or Xerxes. Harry Maguire could potentially go. There's been discussions of Ugarte potentially leaving to try and get more minutes. It is a World Cup year, and that's the one thing that's driving me a little nuts. Like, De Ligt has been playing, didn't get his call. Xerxes has been barely playing, he didn't get his call. Like, I understand, but some of these players that haven't been playing for us have not been performing well for us anyways. Ugarte has struggled. Xerxes has struggled. Manu, when he has come on, has also, like, he hasn't been what we need him to be. So we're seeing that there. And again, their main focus is to try and get back into the squad for the World Cup. That's what it is. Like, their main focus isn't about Manchester United and what's going on. Their main focus is it's getting to their national team for the World Cup. And I understand pride, playing for your nation. Like, it's a great honor to do it. But at the same time, too, right now, we're paying you to be on this team. We have games that we need to win, and you want to go off, get minutes, and basically part of it is because it's a World Cup year, so you can try and get on and play in the World Cup. That's what it is. Some of it's minutes. Some of it is I need minutes so I can look good and get coaches notice, managers to notice me so I can be on my national team. There's no point of hiding that. Like, we're seeing that there. It's there is always a great honor playing for your country. I'm not going to take that away, but at the same time too, the reason why you're motivated to leave is not because of, yes, it's kind of because you're not getting minutes. It's because you're not getting minutes enough and you want to be playing for your national team. But to be fair, like, of all the England players that we have on our team, Harry Moss, I know, is on loan. I know he's under the under-21s, I believe. But Shaw, Maguire, who else is there? Yeah, Shaw, Maguire, they weren't called up for the England team. Manu wasn't called up. De Ligt wasn't called up for the Dutch team, despite him playing as much. Who else is there? Dorgu's out. He will be starting for his team. Rasmus, as much as he's on loan with us, he'll be starting for Denmark. Bruno, Diego are out with Portugal. Sesko's out with Slovenia. Casemiro and Cunha are out there too. Who am I thinking of? Onana and Mbuemo are out for theirs as well. So we have players out. I had to think about who our goalkeeper was that we had on loan. No offense, I do. So my apologies. I had a brain fart. I'm trying to remember Onana. It happens sometimes when you forget the name. But yeah, they're all out on their international break. So, and I get it. Minutes are important. Fitness, getting there, but it's right now we're not in European football. And yes, and like I said, this was going to be an advantage, also a disadvantage as well. And you can always listen to your manager, fight, try to get in, take another person's spot. You can also, I could also make a comment too, like I mentioned earlier in that same comment. If you had shown up, played well last year, and it wasn't just Ruben, for the way we played with Ten Hag at the beginning of the season, you can talk about Rude as much as you want. Rude, and then we had the transition to Ruben, but players had opportunities to show, shine, and do what we needed them to do. We had an opportunity to be in Europe, but we had a squad of 11 just decide not to show up for the final. That's the truth. That's the one thing too. A lot of teams want to go to the Champions League so they can get minutes and be able to show off and get ready for World Cup. But it is what it is, to say the least. And yeah, that's basically it. Yeah. Well, that's the episode. No, that's not just it. But yeah, I forgot Marcus Rashford's out on too, as much as he's on loan with us. But I do feel for some of the players not getting their minutes in. But it's tough. It really is. And we really need to, I want everyone to be there. I don't want anyone to go. At the end of the day, it's a decision between the club and the player, I'm trying to push. But, we had Cunha, and we had Cunha and Mount out for a game. Xerxes did get some minutes. That game was not the best. But Cunha and Mount did come back. And again, Xerxes got to compete with Mbuemo, Cunha, and Mount, and Sesko as for the attacking spots. You can see he wouldn't be able to fit in another position. But don't get me wrong, Xerxes' talent is great. Manu's talent is great. Manu's got to battle Casemiro, Ugarte, and Bruno. Bruno, who just won't shut down. He just keeps going and going and going. But And the question is, what happens in January with Bruno? Does Bruno get sold finally? Does Bruno move on? Is it time to start looking at Bruno and be like, you know what, we need to move the spot on. We need to get Kobe in. It all depends on how we are in the table too. Right now all is quiet on the table because right now we're sitting 10th. But right now we're up to, I think, what is it? Let me just check. Manchester United. Let me just take a look here. Manchester United news. When we come back, so we have Liverpool, Brighton, Nottingham Forest, Tottenham, Everton, Palace. Do we have another international? Oh my God. So our next 4 games, Liverpool, Brighton, Nottingham Forest, and Tottenham. Those are our next 4 games. Should we talk about how tough that's going to be? Like, let's just take a look here. Let's just take a look at the statings. So, we are ahead of Brighton. We're ahead of Nottingham Forest. For our Spurs. Spurs are in the top 5. They're sitting in 3rd. And Liverpool is in 2nd. So I think it's safe to say that we have 4 challenging games. I don't want to sleep on Nottingham Forest. I'm not going to sleep on Brighton either. They're a very talented team. We've had our struggles against Brighton. And we're going to have a struggle against Tottenham, and we're going to struggle against Liverpool. That's why I'm not like jumping over for an excitement and like over the moon over the Sunderland win. Like, it's a win. I'm not taking that away. But like I've always mentioned before, consistency, discipline, and finish. We have to do that. We have to be consistent against Liverpool on the road. We're going to Anfield. It's not an easy place to play. It isn't. Traveling on the road, like, again, I believe, from what I remember, so let me get back to the schedule. Why did my whole schedule just change away? Just run away, my schedule. Oh, I don't know why I'm going backwards. Sometimes when you're scrolling and you have the schedule, it just doesn't want to cooperate. All right, here we are. Nope, I went a little too far. So we're Anfield. We're Anfield and Brighton on does this every time. You exit out, you want to see the browser, you want to see the schedule. Nothing wants to cooperate. I went too far ahead. Nope, I didn't go far ahead. There we go. And here I am talking to myself. So, away at Liverpool, we're at home against Brighton, we're away at Nottingham Forest, and then we're away in London. So 3 out of our 4 are away, and 1 is at home. Yeah, it's not looking good for that. It's a tough challenge. I'm not going to say we're not going to walk away with points, but we are in a challenge where it's like we have to be consistent. We can't show up for Liverpool and then not show up for Brighton. We can't not show up to Liverpool and then show up to Brighton and Forest and top. Like, we're facing top teams. Again, like I mentioned, Tottenham, Liverpool are in the top 5 for the standings. Brighton, Nottingham Forest, yes, we're ahead of them, but that doesn't mean anything unless we don't show up. And then after that, we're facing Everton, Palace, Wolves, Bournemouth. I almost said Man United. So we're facing challenging teams for the next 4 games. And it's great that we beat Sunderland, but we beat Burnley before our last international break and came out losing 3-0 to Man City. So what do? Can we be consistent? Can we show? As much as the news has been coming out about the players backing them, it's not the system. Players are there. Like, the board has talked about, hey, we're here. Wilcox and Barada, here we are. So it's like we're looking at here, and as much as everyone's talking about the Ruben thing and all that stuff, listen, I'm not going to get into the whole media agenda thing because I know I saw the same thing that Liverpool fans were saying about Arne Slot. We saw the same thing with Barcelona on the weekend. We saw comments of other managers, like Ange is potentially being sacked. He was just brought on. He could be sacked. And the news is saying, well, you can't judge a player after the first 7 games. But, yeah, no. I can say the comment, yes, Man United managers are different. Man United are different. We can't judge what's going on. It's the system. It's not. You have to change the players. The manager's too stubborn. He's got to go. Like, you got to play to, like, I'm not going to get sucked into that. Just, they're always going to have something to say. And you can like it or not. You can say it's agenda or not. What else is new? It's the same old story. It's a song that never ends. It's been the common saying here. So, but yeah. But no, it's like the media needs something to talk about. I need something to talk about. I had to bring this up. Like, everyone's going to talk about it. It's always going to be there. It's just the way things are. There's nothing, like, again, if there was nothing, like, how do I word this? The media is doing their job by talking about it. They're going to have a script. They're going to have agenda. They're going to be like, here, just like what I do with my episodes. All right, I'm going to talk about this tonight. I'm going to look at this. I'm going to bring up that. The same thing. It's not that it's scripted. It's just, these are your points for tonight. This is what you're going to discuss. This is what we want to cover. You know, it's the same old story. It's nothing new. It's just, you know, and people always want to talk about Man United. It's, yeah. Like I said, as much as we're one of the biggest clubs in the world, we are the biggest club commercially. We're always going to get mentioned somehow. So, and I know you had Sir Alex do his, like, to say a wonderful thing is not enough to say what he did. He rebuilt and brought in a program that was fantastic. And you saw the rewards that we got. And with those rewards, same thing again, criticism, you can talk about it. It's there. But the way the media was the same media, some of the same media that wanted Sir Alex gone, the newspapers, everything. It's, yeah. All sports are media driven. It's not just here. It's not just in England. It's the same in North America, Canada, US, Mexico, like everywhere when it comes to sports. Everything media driven when you're talking about clubs. Like South America, like you see it all over the world. It's just not one spot. It's the whole world. Every media outlet has always something to discuss. You see it all the time. So, but, okay, let's not make this so depressing of an episode. I don't want to try and make it sad, but let's talk about something positive. Let's talk about how the women's club has their first Champions League match tomorrow. I mentioned on the episode, I think, what was it, the last 2 episodes ago, I talked about their schedule. They came in with a draw against Chelsea on the weekend. Actually, let me just take a look at Man United's actual schedule here. Let me get this fixed here. Let me adjust my microphone. So, where am I? Okay. Yes, I know I've said I was going to try and dedicate episodes to them. I do apologize. I haven't been I've been trying to watch games and I just somehow screw it up and try to do it. It's hard for me where I am. I'm always trying to find streams. I know YouTube does a good job. So some of those streams will be there on YouTube, but not always. And the Man U TV app does good things too. There is a watch along for the women's game tomorrow, so I am looking forward to it. But the women have been playing. The women have been playing very well this season, to say the least. They've had their qualifications for Champions League. They got through that. I did discuss them winning against Brann 3-0, and also being the London City Lionesses 5-1. But yes, they've been pretty. I think they've been pretty good, just a little good, I would say the least. Yeah. But yeah, recently, the last couple of games, drew against Arsenal, a win against Liverpool, a draw against Chelsea, and then tomorrow again playing against a Norwegian team called Vålerenga. So that's their first match of 6. So they have Atletico Madrid. They're playing PSG, Wolfsburg, Lyon, Juventus. So we have, that's going to be exciting. And yeah, especially with last year Lyon's men's team versus the men's squad matches in Europa for Lyon and Man United. Now you have the women's teams going at it for Champions League. Will be exciting. There'll be some, I won't say tempers flare, but there's definitely a matchup to watch, I would say. You can, I would say, that's a matchup that I'm looking forward to watching, but that's not until December. But yeah, but no, I'm looking forward to it. I really need to. I will be getting more into. I'm not sure how should I word this. I will be doing episodes towards the women's squad. I will be. I'm always going to give them shout outs on episodes because they're playing very well. They had a good season. I was going to the Arsenal match in 2024 when they were winning the FA Cup final. I was at that 1-0 loss at Old Trafford. If you remember, Casemiro not playing defender when he's a midfielder. And then Arsenal getting a goal when it should have been offside, but obviously that didn't happen. And then what was the final score that wins? That was against Tottenham. Yes, it was against Tottenham. I'm just going to get my notes up here. Sorry for the dead air. Yeah. It was against Tottenham, 4-0. I was watching it on the concourse. They had a TV playing near where my seats were on the concourse. I was enjoying a hot dog. Came with my tickets. I'm very happy that they won that game because it made up for what Man United did, the men's squad did that day against Arsenal. Plus, if you also remember, the lovely flood coming in through. Now, as much as people were talking about the water pouring in that day, like it was raining horrendously. The water was up past my ankles. Like it was deep, drenched the whole street, even the concourse. Like, well, actually, everyone was every fan that was at the game was hiding underneath the walkway. If you've been to Old Trafford, the walkway underneath there, they can walk around the stadium, a little track. But yes, everyone's hiding underneath there. But once you get out, yes, the water was there. It was a heavy rain flow, and I was drenched. Let's just say my suitcase was a little overweight because of my clothes weren't officially dry. Well, I shouldn't say officially dry. They just weren't. They were still wet. Let's just say the least. My suitcase was still a little weighed down, but yeah. But no, good luck to the women tomorrow. I will recap their game on Thursday's episode. So I will be back on Thursday. No match preview. Because, but I will catch up on any news, things that are going on in the world of Manchester United. I'm sure every day there's something coming up here, especially involving our manager, involving players. I'm sure the Mainu conversation is going to continue on, especially with the news of him before the last end of the transfer window of Napoli was in there. Conte was looking at him. So, but yeah. But yes, once again, good luck to the women's squad tomorrow. Good luck to them in this Champions League season as well. And then after that, let me just see their schedule next. Nope, what did I just do? Every time I click something, okay, go back to full match schedule. Just a lovely day. Oh my god, that's yeah. So there we go. Full schedule. There we go. So yes, Champions League then Sunday, 7 a.m. against Everton, and then next week they're playing Atletico, and then they're playing Brighton as well. Are they playing Brighton the same week? When do we play Brighton? Yeah, we played Brighton the week before, so almost the same weekend against the same club. But we play against Brighton the men's play against Brighton the week before, and then the women play the week after. You know what I mean. I do apologize for that confusion. Okay. Yes, I will be back Thursday with a new episode of the pod. I hope you enjoyed today's episode as well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, leave feedback. If you want to do a collaboration, please let me know. And then back next week is a long weekend here in Canada. It is our Thanksgiving this weekend, and then everyone should start be coming back, I think, Wednesday, because there's a couple games. Yeah, international ends next week. I think Tuesday's the final day. Everyone's back, I think, that Wednesday, and we start preparing for Liverpool. And I'll be doing my Liverpool preview. So, yes, back Thursday, catching up on more. If anything breaks in between, I'll try to get an episode out. I will do my best. And sometimes it'll be hard to. But yes, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Enjoy your Wednesday. I'll talk to you guys on Thursday. Good luck again to the Manchester United women's squad against Valerenga. Again, I'll be discussing the recap of that on Thursday's episode. This is the Red Devils Corner Kick podcast. Glory, glory, Man United.